Welcome to the Lost Interviews with Ray Shaw Show.
I had Lou Graham call me a day early while I was on the phone with Steve Hillage and doing a Skype interview. So it's gotten interested. It's very interesting.
You weren't just talking to David Clayton Thomas, were you?
I was not. I haven't talked to him yet.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I did talk to Judy Collins recently, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. She, I guess you and her go way back.
Yeah, I actually lived at her apartment for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was telling me it was you that introduced Joni Mitchell to her, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So we're talking, I guess, about the Super Sessions, and it's a new mix, a 5.1 mix. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we're doing a explain a little bit about it.
Well, there was a time when Sony, the label that owns it, had a whole SACD 5.1 department. And they called me and asked me if I was interested in doing some 5.1 remixes of stuff that I had worked on.
Right.
So I said, sure. And they wanted me to do a Super Session and Child is Father to the Man.
Okay.
So I didn't produce Child is Father to the Man. So I called the producer and asked him if he was interested, and he said, you should do it. So I said, are you sure? Because, you're the first choice in my book.
Right.
He said, no. He said, I'm not interested in you are. So I did that. And I did the first one in a week and the second one the week after.
Huh.
So this is the first one that's coming out. I've only done just those two.
Okay.
I haven't done anything else in 5.1.
Now, is it out yet, or is it going to be released soon?
I think it's coming out in like the first week of August.
Now, what's the difference in sound with the 5.1? I mean, is it just overwhelming, or?
Well, you have a great more space to deal with.
Okay.
It's more of like a totally a three-dimensional space. So that helps tremendously, and it gives you more room to spread the instruments out.
Right.
And vocals, etc. And so I thought that was great. That we could do that, because then, if someone found the sweet spot where you need to sit, they could hear everything clearly.
Right.
Which is much tougher to do in a stereo situation.
Right. But the sound quality of the original Super Sessions, I guess back in '68, to me was incredible. Even for back then, the sound was good, really good.
Well, I mean, it's a 8-track tape.
Okay.
Which means we only had 8 tracks to put stuff on.
Right.
So it's really a credit to the engineer that it sounds the way it sounds. And even more of a credit because we were just making everything up as we were playing it.
Really?
We weren't playing some preconceived tune. It was a jam session.
Right.
So, with a preconceived tune, you can say, well, here, at this point, this is going to happen. and you should watch out for this and like that. Everyone was flying by the seat of their pants. So for him to do such a great job is very rare in a situation like that.
You know, I think the best recordings are flying at by the seat of your pants, in my opinion. You know, when you leave the mistakes in, I think that's the best recordings of all time. I talked to Billy Cobham. The Spectrum album was like that too, pretty much. It was a jam session.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were sort of modeling that album after, jazz recordings.
Right.
We weren't playing jazz, though.
Exactly. I mean, there's a little bit of everything in that album. It's my favorite tune is His Holy Modal Majesty. Modal, okay, His Holy Modal Majesty. That's probably my favorite song on the album. That's nice. Yeah, that's a great jam session. Of course, Season of the Witch, to me, that's has always been my favorite version of the song. I like Donovan's version, but this one, to me, really blows it away.
Well, thank you.
It's a great album. It's one of those albums that's, stick out till the end of time. Another one that always comes to mind for me is, John Mayall and Blues Breakers. That's another one that,
Oh, you mean the one with Clapton on it?
Yeah, with Clapton on it, yeah.
Or as we call it, the Beano album.
I just saw Mayall celebrated his 80th birthday here in Sarasota, man. And he was out there putting up his own equipment. The guy's amazing.
Well, that's because he can't afford a roadie.
I know. Isn't that a shame? That's true, though. I think you're right about that. I mean,
I played with him about 6 or 7 years ago. I opened for him about 6 or 7 years ago. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Yep.
It was very nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've struck up a nice relationship with him and his team, and I'm going to review his new album here soon, and we're going to be talking again soon. He's a real good guy, though. He really is. I admire him a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, I really admire him a lot. And Judy Collins was real nice, and she had all great things to say about you.
Well, that's why we pay her.
That's why you pay her. That's funny. Was there any thought of, after Super Sessions to continue as a kind of a super group? Because I think the timing would have been okay.
We did do that.
Oh, you did do that. Did you guys tour together for a while?
Well, I wouldn't call it touring, but we played like a handful of gigs.
Right.
And two of them are albums.
Okay.
One is called The Live Adventures of Mike Bloomfield and Al Kooper.
Right.
And the other one is called The Lost Concert Tapes because they were lost for about 40 years.
Huh, how did that happen?
Sony Records.
Sony Records.
And when they found them, they called me, and I came in and made an album out of the multi-track tapes.
Right.
So there are actually 3 situations where Bloomfield and I made albums together that were pretty much jam session albums.
How about some of the other guys like Harvey Brooks and I guess Barry Goldberg on keyboards? Did you guys ever get together after that?
Well, Harvey and I grew up together.
Okay.
So we had played quite a bit prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
When we were little kids.
Yeah. Now you grew up in New York, but you were actually born in Brooklyn, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I was born in Brooklyn, and I actually grew up in Queens.
Where'd your accent go, man?
Huh?
Where did your accent go? Your Brooklyn accent. It went away.
Well, I was 4 when we moved.
Okay.
So I hadn't really got a vocabulary yet that precluded an accent.
Yeah, my father's family's all from Bensonhurst.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, There you go.
Crazy family there. But yeah, we're looking forward to the remix on 5.1. That's going to be awesome. And what else you got going on these days?
Well, I have a weekly column that I write.
Okay.
It's called New Music for Old People.
New music for old people.
And that's what it is.
Yep.
It's like stuff that just came out that would appeal to someone in my age range.
Right. New music from like the legends, pretty much, or is it new music?
No.
Yeah.
New music. Like, you know, new releases.
Okay.
From anybody.
From anybody.
But it has to, you know, pass my test.
Sure.
I have to like it. If I like it, then it goes in the column. And I started doing this when iTunes first came out.
Okay.
And I discovered all these amazing bands that nobody ever heard of. But they were great. I mean, it was music I really liked as much as anything else I ever heard in my life that I liked.
Where'd you find these bands? I mean, did you go like to Reverb Nation or where'd you?
No, iTunes.
Oh, from iTunes. They're all from iTunes. Okay.
Well, I mean, this started towards the end of 2003.
Right.
When iTunes started.
Okay.
And I went in there and I said, well, what's this about? And I found a place where they had all the new releases every week, which is exactly what I was looking to find. And so I went through everything every week, and I would find these great things that I never would have heard of,
right,
if I didn't do that. And you know, and bands that killed me.
Yep.
It was just great. And so I started, you know, buying them and setting up playlists and stuff, and it just changed my life. It took the place of the radio.
Well, you know, mainstream radio sucks. I can say that because I was a DJ back in the late 70s.
Well, you can say that because radio is over.
Yeah, it is over. It's been over for quite a long time.
So, I mean, I haven't listened to a radio in maybe 30 years.
Yeah, unless you get into satellite and that kind of stuff, I guess.
Well, that's different because, you know, they're trying to do what I'm trying to do.
Exactly.
But you know, it's easier for me to get an audience online.
Now, where's your column? Where can I see your column at?
If you give me your email address, I'll put you on the mailing list.
That'll be awesome. You want it now?
Why not?
Okay, it's Rock Raymond, R-O-C-K, Raymond.
Okay, as, you know, Raymond Massey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dot Shasho, S-H-A-S-H-O, that's my last name.
Dot?
Shasho, S-H-A-S-H-O.
Spell it one more time.
S-H-A-S-H-O, Shasho.
Okay.
At gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Right.
Okay.
That'll be awesome. Because, you know, I like to promote new stuff. You know, usually I promote the legends because they've got so many new albums out and nobody wants to play them anymore, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I do that too. When I think it's worth hearing.
Right.
I'm a critic, but I'm a critic by omission as well.
Okay.
I never write anything bad about anybody.
I don't either. I'm the same way.
Oh, good. Well, I think that's the way it should be done.
I either give them a 4-star or 5-star rating, and if I don't like the album, I just won't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I do.
Right.
I only play things that I think, and it's streamed as well.
Yep.
So not only do I write about it, but you can hear it.
Okay.
Which is a nice touch.
I've got 3 music blogs that are very popular, and I can put your link on each one of them so they can, go right to your column if you like.
Well, that's great. We'll take all the help we can get.
Because it all fits in, and I want to promote new stuff, things that nobody knows about. I mean, that's the way music used to be. You used to think you were underground and finding new artists and things like that at the record store. That's what it was all about. But I don't know who's taking over the music business nowadays. It's pathetic, man. It really is.
It is. Did you get to hear the Mike Bloomfield box?
I did not.
Oh well.
I did not.
I spent a year doing that. That's like pretty darn good.
Okay.
A bunch of unreleased stuff, and then everything remastered. It's very nice if you get a chance to get one of those.
Well, if I get one of those, I'll definitely review it, in my column as well.
Yeah, but I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, okay. I'll make sure I get it. I'll bug Billy James to see. I was asking Billy for your most recent album, but he said he didn't have it, because he wanted to promote the Super Sessions thing. I guess that's what he's doing. So. Well,
yeah, that's his connection.
Right.
He doesn't promote me.
See, I like to promote everybody to the fullest. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about.
I think you'll get a kick out of the column.
I know I will. I've got a new.
You know what I can give you? Just give me a second here.
Okay.
Because this would be good. How do I do this? Oh, okay.
Where are you at today?
You mean location?
Yeah.
Boston.
Oh, you're in Boston. Okay.
Yeah. Did you get any of that hurricane?
No, right now it's off the coast of the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, in the Tampa Bay area. I think it's headed towards you guys.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I thought Tampa. Where's Tampa Bay?
On the West Coast, Tampa, Clearwater area.
I never heard of that.
Really? Sarasota, Bradenton. I mean, Rick Derringer lives down the street from me.
And it's not Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. Yep.
Oh, so I thought you said the West Coast of Florida.
Yeah, West Coast of Florida, right? Not Miami or Lauderdale. I'm on the other side.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. There's some misunderstanding. Okay, I'm going to give you a email address.
Okay.
www. The Morton Report.
Morton Report. Okay.
.com. /writer.
Okay.
/Al-Cooper.
Awesome.
/
Okay.
And when you go on there,
right.
There's initially just there's a short bio of me.
Okay.
But the trick is to scroll down, and then they have the latest column, which comes out very late Thursday night. They have the latest one, and then if you scroll down, it has a year's worth of them.
Oh, really? Cool.
So you can catch up, or just whatever.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna attach your link to my column, all my blogs, and I also deal with a guy out in Belgium that he publishes all my stuff too. I'll give it to him as well.
Yeah, we are. It's interesting where people, it's a comment section.
Right.
It's interesting where people write from. So it gets around. I'm in my 3rd year now.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
I think I'm getting good at it now.
Yeah. I guess you like to write. You like to do reviews, just like me.
Well, yeah. I have a very well-received autobiography out there.
Yep. Yeah, let's talk about that autobiography a little bit. What I didn't get to read it, and again I want to read it because I'm also an author. I've got a new book coming out too. But what is that about? It's about your life, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you talk about the music industry at all, or?
Oh no, I talk about the horse racing industry.
Okay.
Of course, it's about the music business. It's my autobiography.
Well, besides you, do you talk about the goods and the bads about like? I
talk about what happened to me because it was such a bizarre story.
Right.
That's why I wrote it.
Okay. Yeah.
I had the most bizarre life.
Well, you have. I mean, you were an A&R man also, which is, I would always love to be an A&R man. I always wanted to do that. But do you think an A&R man has any impact these days, like it used to, or not really?
Well, it depends. The thing is that the record companies are, it's just nothing like it used to be.
Right.
So, especially the majors. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't feel like I belong there anymore.
Right.
It's like, I don't understand what those people are doing up there.
Yeah.
And consequently, I think it's just really tough for new bands.
Mm-hmm. Well, terrific.
As a result.
Yeah.
But somehow, like I said, all this great music is reaching me.
That's awesome, though. I mean, it's going to take somebody like you to help bring back, the virtuosos of music and good music again. I hate to say this, but you're responsible now.
Well, like the column that's out this week that came out, Friday.
Right.
Is called "What the Folk Is All This," and it's about like bizarre folk music.
Okay.
So it has some old stuff in it that was, strange for the time that it came out.
Right.
And then, stuff from today that is also strange for the time it came out.
So there is definitely new folk artists that are out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, nobody knows about that. Nobody knows about that. As far as a lot of people are concerned, folk is gone, and the blues are on the way out, and rock and roll's on the way out. It's.
You're gonna love my column.
Oh, definitely, man. I need that connection.
There's also an artist that I heard that killed me.
Mm-hmm.
Just knocked me out, and nothing happened to it. Well, I mean, there's a lot of those, but this guy I thought was like the equivalent of Neil Young.
Wow.
And it just came and went, and I couldn't believe it. And it's just the weirdest thing.
See, I always knew if I found the right artist that I truly believe in, I would definitely manage them, be his publicist.
Well, that's because you're not 70 years old.
Well, it doesn't mean anything. Look at.
Yeah, it does. It means a lot.
You're still a young man.
Yeah, but don't waste your time.
Yeah.
I just did the lyric from Tower of Power. You're still a young man, but don't waste your time.
Yeah, Tower of Power. Good man.
Yeah, that's why I missed our call today. I had to go to the doctor.
Really? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound great.
Scary for a minute.
You sound great, man. You sound really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know who I just talked to? Of all people, Arthur Brown.
Oh, I love Arthur Brown.
He's such a nice guy,
we played on the bill several times together.
I know you did. I saw that.
Did you see the show, or you just saw that?
I just saw the billing, And he was so grateful that I called him because he says, man, nobody thinks about, going and digging deep to find people like me anymore, and
Oh, I thought he was unbelievable, and I also was a little bit influenced by his organ player.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Vincent Crane.
Right.
And he was fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got a new album coming out.
Oh, I'm sure I'll hear it.
Yeah, it's called Zim Zam Zim.
Okay. That would be the same old Arthur Brown then.
Yeah, same old Arthur Brown, right. And he looks great. He's about your age.
Yeah, probably. I guess he won't be putting himself up on a cross on stage or setting his hair on fire.
No, I think he's done with that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done putting himself in a syringe also, I think.
Okay.
I got to talk to you about some other stuff and Backstage Passes and Backstabbing Bastards. That's your book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to promote that as well and put the link so everybody can go to it.
There's three editions of it out, though. The latest edition is the best one.
Okay.
That's from Backbeat Books is the publisher.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm going to probably have to do a quick Kickstarter campaign for my next book because I can't get any, there's no agents, literary agents interested anymore in anybody new, And my next book is going to be called Saving Rock and Roll, and it's going to feature, over 100 recent interviews with all the legendary artists. And we're going to include you in the book as well,
Wow.
Yeah.
You mean along with the legendary ones?
Yeah. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I did a review with Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, and I told him I was going to give him a 5-star. He says, what is that, 5 out of 10? That's funny. You guys are so humble.
Very good line.
Yeah, you guys are so humble. I got to talk about Lynyrd Skynyrd because Lynyrd Skynyrd, I was a big fan. I actually met the band. I was working at the Capitol Center in Maryland. I grew up in the D.C. area. And it was 1975, and me and 2 other guys were sitting there watching Lynyrd Skynyrd rehearse, and they just came out with Saturday Night Special, and we were all smoking a joint. I thought that's a fond memory I had of Skynyrd, and it was the original band, But talk about...
No, it wasn't.
Well, let's see, 75? Almost the original band, right?
No, 75, that's when that album came out. New drummer.
Oh, yeah, the new drummer, right. You had, what was the drummer's name?
Artemis Pyle.
Artemis Pyle, right.
That was his first album.
Right, okay. That was close, though. I mean, Rosington was there and all the other guys. So, there were a bunch of nice guys. Very nice guys. How did you find these guys? You were in Atlanta?
I heard them in a bar.
Really? They were just playing local bars at the time, huh?
No, it wasn't a local bar.
Uh-huh.
It was in Atlanta, and I was there producing a record, and I used to work from about midnight to 8 p.m. every day.
Right.
And then we'd go out to this bar, me and the band I was producing, and, get crazy. And they had in those days, which was 72, when you played a club, you played for 6 nights.
Right.
It wasn't like one-nighters.
Right.
So we had sat through one band already, and now the new week was starting, and a new band came in. Mm-hmm. And the first one was okay. They weren't great or anything. It just was background noise. And so we went in, and I saw the marquee. I said, "What is this? Lynyrd Skynyrd? What is this?" and they were a 4-piece when I saw them, not counting the singer.
Right.
So a 5-piece.
Okay.
And the songs were incredible. The arrangements were incredible. I just thought it was amazing. And I got to hear them every night. You know, so I had favorites already, and by the end of their engagement, I offered to sign them.
And you had your own label at the time? Was it Sounds of the South, or?
Well, they were part of the reason that I started that label.
Okay.
But I had found another band as well.
Right.
And I thought, well, why am I giving this away? I should just start my own label. And then I moved to Atlanta. Matter of fact, I didn't even go home from Atlanta. I had my roadies pack up my apartment, and
right.
I never went home.
Huh. And you eventually sold the record label, right, to MCA?
Right.
Yeah. That's a fascinating story, man. You were out there discovering bands from way back.
Well, you know, I love music.
Yeah,
you know,
me
so
too.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
That's what the book is all about.
Yep. I got to get the book. Somebody's got to send me the book.
It's very funny.
Well, you know what? I'll send you my book, and you send me your book. How's that?
I don't have them.
You don't even have a copy?
I mean, yeah, I have a copy, but I'm not sending it to you.
Thanks a lot, man.
I want to have a copy of my own book.
I know. I do the same thing. I'll get it on Amazon. No problem.
It's you know, it's the last one came out in I think 2008.
Okay.
The Backbeat issue. That was the third printing.
Okay.
And it's up to date. So that's why it's the one to get.
Okay, I'll get that. My first book's about growing up in the family business in D.C. My dad was always into retail electronics, so you know I was part of the first reel-to-reel tape recorders, the first transistors, all the way up to the portable CD players, and that was the last business we had. But
well, wait a second. How old are you?
I'm 55. I grew up in Dad's store when I started working when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and my father started the electronics business back in the late 50s.
Because when I was 13, for my bar mitzvah, as a gift, I got a reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Craig 212, maybe?
No, a Webcore.
Oh, okay.
And that really changed my life.
Yep. The quality of those reel-to-reels were great, man.
But I mean, they were pretty rare then to be able to buy them for the regular home.
Right.
And like I say, so that was probably 1957. So I think that's around when it started.
Yeah, Dad had a lot of cameras too. The old cameras. All the
yeah.
My dad's Jewish. He's a what he is? He's a Syrian Jew.
As opposed to a non-Syrian Jew.
As opposed to a non-Syrian Jew. But his family was from Syria, and they were ousted, of course, because they didn't want Jews and Christians and everybody out in Syria, and they came to Brooklyn, back in the I guess early 20s or something. But you don't see too many Syrian Jews anymore. Actually, Seinfeld is a Syrian Jew. I think his mother or father was a Syrian Jew.
No, I'm a Russian Jew.
Oh, okay. My uncle was a Russian Jew. Yep.
Although nowadays I really don't do much Russian.
Not too much Russian, huh?
No, the Russhin.
Okay. Oh man, that's funny.
I got to jump.
Oh, you got to jump?
You got everything you need?
Can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
This is a question that I ask everybody, and I get some very interesting answers.
About 8 inches.
About that, you got it right. If you had a Field of Dreams wish, like the movie, to play, sing, or collaborate with anyone from the past or present, who would that be? And I know you play with a lot of people, and you can go way back to the classical area.
Well, my favorite band of all time was Free.
Oh, what, really? Paul Rodgers and Free? Huh.
I would have loved to have played with that band.
Interesting. Very interesting. Good answer. I
love that band. That is my favorite band of all time.
I would have thought somebody in the R&B realm, because growing up in New York and you got...
let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the R&B realm.
Yeah, that's true. I
think my favorite track is probably The Stealer.
The Stealer?
The Stealer.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a good band. Definitely a good band.
So are we good?
I think so.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to promote, or that's it?
No, that's all. Really, all I do is write the column.
Okay. What about the Recuperators? Are you still going to do anything with the band?
Well, I mean, I play gigs every once in a while.
Okay. Well, come down to Florida, man.
Well, tell someone to hire me.
All right, I'll do that. I got connections. Al,
that makes it easier.
Okay, I'll do that. Al, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you being on the call today, and I'm going to connect your column with all my blogs and my column as well, because people need to know what's out there and what good music is out there now.
And send me that.
I will.
Okay, good.
We'll keep in touch, all right?
Okay.
All right, Al. Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you for joining, and please subscribe to Ray's YouTube channel.